Welcome to my video, Edmond Halley and the Periodic Comet, how Halley discovered his comet returns. The problem with comets in the 1600s and before, comets had been seen as one-time visitors. They really didn't understand what these objects were that appeared bright in the sky and frankly scared a lot of people. Each bright comet was thought to be unique, but things changed in 1687 when Isaac Newton wrote his Principia, where he discovered the laws of gravitation, and then Edmond Halley, who also was an Englishman and knew Newton quite well, they worked together, and he developed the math of the comets, how they orbited the sun. So what Halley did was he looked at the bright comets that had been seen in 1531, 1607, and 1682. There are some fairly decent records by Petrus Apenus in 1531, Johannes Kepler in 1607, then Halley made observations in 1682 of that comet, and the orbital path suggested a possible connection. So what Halley did was he calculated the orbit of the 1682 comet using Newton's equations. He put the math to the observations, and from that he was able to determine the orbital elements. The shape would be like an elongated ellipse or elliptical orbits, and then the tilt or inclination, and then the perihelion distance, that is the distance of closest approach to the sun. And he noticed these three apparitions of the comet were very similar, so he decided there might be something up. So in 1705, Halley published a book, and in it he made a prediction that the comet would return in around 1758. So Halley said, if it should return, candid posterity will not refuse to acknowledge that this was the first discovered by an Englishman. So he wants to take a little credit if it does return. Now Halley died in 1742 before the 1758 appearance of the comet could return, but it was spotted in Christmas Day of 1758, and the calculations in March of 1759, it got the closest to the sun, and the calculations he had done and others had modified worked out fairly well. So this was a triumph of Newtonian mechanics and of Halley's observations and his astute insight into the problem. So why is this important, the scientific significance? Comets can be periodic. Not all comets are periodic. They return to the sun. Some do and some don't. But this did prove Newton's laws of gravitation over long time frames, and it did secure Edmond Halley's place in scientific history. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about comets in this video and Edmond Halley. If you did, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you for watching.